What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today I'm going to be showing you my new pickup, my first Glock Gen 4. Now, I have tons of Gen 3s, Gen 5s, but for whatever reason, I've never gotten a Gen 4, so I thought this would be the perfect time to get a Gen 4. On top of that, it's a special Gen 4. And another thing about it that's interesting is I learned today what a purple label is. I didn't ask for a purple label, but I got a purple label. We all know what blue label is. So when they brought it up and showed me, we were all confused. Hey, what is a purple label? I've never seen it before, neither have they. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about that. Also, we're going to talk about this right here. Actually pretty cool. Let's get into it. Well, like I said, my main carry is a Glock 26 or 27, Gen 3 or Gen 5. Doesn't matter. Right here are some Gen 5s. I absolutely love them. They can be super small when you need them to. You can pocket carry them if you have to. But you can also put the large mags in them. And they just run flawlessly. Now, I am somebody who isn't on the 9mm train. Yes, most of what I carry is 9mm. But I am not stuck to 9mm. I don't think 9mm is the best round in the world because it isn't. A lot of people will tell themselves it is. A lot of these influencers will tell you 9mm is the best. But it's definitely not. I hate to say it, 40 is a step up from 9. 45 GAP is a massive step up from 9. And that's basically a 45 ACP plus P. And if you look at the statistics and law enforcement agencies and how many rounds it takes to, do business, those rounds are amazing. But there also is another round, 357 SIG. Now ask yourself this question. If you were in a self-defense encounter, your family's lives were on the line, right? Wouldn't you want the best round at your disposal? Now I know a lot of people would say 10mm. But 10mm also over-penetrates. It really does, even with hollow points. We've seen some of these tests. We've seen all sorts of stuff, right? The best round, in my opinion, for self-defense is 357 SIG. For instance, if you take 3 Glocks, 9mm, 357 SIG, and 40, and they're all Gen 3s, they're basically all going to have the same trigger, give or take a half pound, right? Therefore, you should be able to shoot them all the same. The only difference would be speed. But in terms of accuracy, your trigger pull should be the same. You should be just as accurate with a 9mm as you are with a 10mm. That's just facts. It would all be how fast you shoot. But when you look at statistics, the 357 SIG, how many rounds do you really need, right? So anyways, I already threw the lock like I normally do. We'll throw that as well. We're going to talk about this in a second. But yeah, here it is. Glock 33 Gen 4. Got an Austrian-made one, which is awesome. I'm really curious when this was made, considering it was for a contract, but they made a little too many. Now, the Gen 4s are the first gen that started backstraps for the subcompacts. So I already put the backstrap that fits my hand in, and it feels great. Locks your hand in there. Now, we can't sit here and lie. The backstraps are made like crap, absolute junk. They're trash. I don't care what anyone says, they're garbage. Now, what did it come with? And I'll show you my 26 and 27 real quick. What they come with, those are the back straps that I use. So the same across the board, basically the same feel. Now, texturing actually feels a little bit better than my Gen 3s. The finish is the finish that I like for the Gen 3s and Gen 4s compared to like the frying pan, the original frying pan that's on my Glock 23, and I have a Glock 27 with it as well. Obviously, the sights suck, no front serrations, no rail, not optics ready, blah, 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 blah. So half the world would never carry it, even though this round will be much better than majority of those carry guns out there in 9mm. I'm just being real with you guys. If you don't like honesty, this is the wrong channel for you. Anyways, nice trigger is one thing I noticed. Nicer trigger than most of my Glocks. Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 3 and Gen 5s. Nicer trigger. It's lighter. Still a little sponge in there, but it is lighter overall. Now, what did it come with? I'm used to, Gen 3s and Gen 5s. Gen 5s come with 3 mags. Gen 3s come with 2 mags. For some reason, I got 3 mags. So tell me, is that normal for Gen 4? This is my first time. Let me know in the comments. Now, on top of that, where did I get it from? I got it from Arms and Arms. One of the biggest questions I get over here, and yes, it was a brand new pickup. One of the biggest questions I get over here is, where do you get these used handgun deals? And this is one of the places. Arms and Arms has an amazing selection. They had a CZ P10M right now for $250. They had an XDS for $325 right now. Trying to think of all the deals off the top of my head. They had a bunch of Wilson Combats, a bunch of hammer-fired SIGs, some beautiful SIGs. They had some amazing deals. Oh, yeah, an FNS 9C for $275. That's a heck of a deal. It looked brand new. And they only accept higher end, nicer stuff. So you're not going to buy junk. You're not going to buy something that doesn't work. They have high end stuff. And this is one of the places, I'm just being real with you, that is one of the places I pick up. Also, the rifles, they had AKs, they had everything there. JPs, I mean, they have an awesome selection of used stuff as well as new stuff. Now, what's interesting is they heard me talking about 357 SIG on my way out the door. And she walked up to me and said, actually, one of their reps dropped off this box. A cosmetic blemish box of 357 SIG. So not only did I pick, get this, but I also got some defensive ammo as well. Now, will it run? Of course it will. They're not going to give out rounds that are just going to blow up or destroy your handgun or whatever the case may be. They know better than that. That's not a good look for them. So I basically walked out of there with some boxes of 357 SIG defensive ammo and a Glock 33 and 357 SIG. It's been a great day. Now, holster-wise, it's going to fit in all my holsters. It just is. And Blacksmith Tactical brought back out the single clip holster. And now they're also introducing the tough clip to their holster lineup. So go check them out. Code SPN for 10% off if you want to get a holster like this. Like I said, literally, it'll fit down the line. One holster for everything. Now, obviously, I have multiple holsters, but all good to go in that one holster. Now, 357 SIG, in my opinion, is the best round. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of them so I can show you what it is. It's a bottleneck cartridge. So it basically has a casing that is the width of like a 40. Woo! Dang. But a projectile the size of a 9mm. So you're getting all that power from the powder, projecting this projectile that is a 9mm size, which is lighter than 40, smaller than 40. Therefore, it is traveling much faster while still being a 9mm round. It's basically a 9mm on steroids. You're still getting plenty of penetration with that small projectile, but you are getting extra power without over penetration. And basically, the reason why they went away from 357 SIG and a lot of law enforcement and U.S. Marshals and stuff like that is people could no longer qualify. Now, I'm not going to go into the reason why that is. We all know a lot of the reasons for it. I'm not going to say it on here. But a lot of people were really, really struggling with passing their qualifications, so they got rid of it. And sorry, guys, I'm still sick, so I'm breathing a little heavy. Anyways, just like 40, same thing. People were struggling with their qualifications. And that's the same thing I see in the civilian market. People don't like stuff that has recoil. They can't handle recoil. People complain nowadays more than any other time. People want it easy. They don't want to have to go out and train. They don't want to go out have to spend the money to get good at what they do. I'd rather be the best that I can be with the best round than anything else. We're talking about, I know a lot of people carry a gun on them. It's like, yeah, I carry. But it's a serious thing. Self-defense is serious. When it really comes down to it, it's people's lives at stake. I am fine carrying a 40. I'm fine carrying a 9. And I'm fine carrying a 357 SIG. I shoot them all well. And at the end of the day, I want my best chances. So 9, the reason I carry that is because of the speed. I can shoot a ton of rounds fast as it can be. The reason why I carry 40 is because I can take down animals with it. Also, it's a beast of a round, especially with today's technology. And 357 SIG simply is the best everyday carry defensive ammo, caliber in the world. It just is what it is. In terms of capacity, ballistic performance, not over penetrating, that whole sort of thing. So the Glock 33, even though it's not optics ready, it doesn't have a rail, all these people are going to complain, is one of the best handguns on the market. And shout out to Glock for still producing 357 SIG handguns till this day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry for the rant. Thanks for watching.